Hi everyone, welcome to this course of data analysis. So here in this course, in today's lecture, we are going to discuss about the various steps which are used in data analysis. In the step number 1, first we have to know what is the requirement for the data analysis. From where we are going to collect the data and how the data is grouped. The data that we are working on, that we will be using in our analysis, can be from various domain. For example, the data that we are using will have some information about the age, the demographic, the income or the gender. Now, the data that we have in our hand, it can be comma separated CSV format or it can be some other format as well. Also, we may have numerical data or we may have categorical data. So, these are the two types of data. One is the numerical data and one is the categorical data. In the numerical data, we will consider only the numbers, only some numbers. For example, age is a numerical field, income is a numerical field. However, if it is a categorical data, the demographic information, for example, if I talk about the address, someone's address, then it can be a string which is a categorical form of data. In data analysis or in machine learning and artificial intelligence, the machine learning algorithms cannot work on categorical data. They can work on only the numerical data. This way, we have to first convert the categorical data to the numerical data. So, first we have to accomplish this task or this step number 1. In the step number 2, the data collection. There are variety of data sources from where we are collecting the data for our analysis purpose. The data source can be our computers, the online sources, the cameras, the CCTV cameras, the variety of environmental sources, then social media websites. So, these are the sources of data from where we are going to collect some data. However, initially the data will come in a raw format. That raw data must be given some proper format before we give or before we come to a specific conclusion. Step number 3, organizing the data into spreadsheet or other form of software that can take statistical data. Now, once we have the raw data, we may have to store it initially in some Excel sheet or in any spreadsheet, so that we can apply some statistical technique. If we apply the statistical techniques of, for example, mean, median or mode or standard deviation, it will be easier for us if we organize the data in data spreadsheet or in some specific file with specific extension. In the step number 4, it is the data cleansing. In the data cleaning, data is cleaned up before the analysis, and when we use this term data cleaning, it means if there are duplicate amount of data, it will be easier for us if we remove that duplicate data, or if there is any missing values, then we can even reduce or remove that particular field. If we have more number of missing values in a particular field, it will be a wise decision if we remove that particular field, or if we can fill that missing values with some other substituting values. So, in the data cleaning step, the data is scrubbed and checked to ensure that there is no duplication or no error, and we have to make sure that data is not incomplete. So, these are the 4 steps of data analysis. before we perform the data analysis using some machine learning algorithm or some programming language like Python or some tools like Weka or MATLAB, we have to prepare the data before we start the data analysis, before we apply actual machine learning algorithm. Again, the data can come from variety of sources, and data can be stored in, initially data can be stored in CSV format or Excel format, and that data can be of two types, one is numerical and other is the categorical. If we have categorical type of data, then we must have to convert it to the numerical type, because the machine learning algorithm can be applied only on the numerical data sets. The data sources can be the computers, these are can be RDBMS or CCTV footage, different newses, the news agency, the newspaper, these are the different data sources. Now, once we have collected the data sources, we may like to organize the data in some spreadsheet or in some file. We may like to give or save that data in a file with a specific extension, for example data.csv or data.excel, like this. In the next step, data cleaning, we want to cleanse the data before we start the data analysis. So, during the cleaning operations, we have to make sure that there is no duplication or there is no error and data is not incomplete. If we see some missing values, then that particular cell should be filled with some substituting quantity, substituting values or some other values. Okay, these are the steps used in data analysis.